Hey guys, it's your girl Sierra back here again with another video. And today I'm going to be giving you guys some tips and tricks for finance. And it's just some simple things that you can start doing for 2025. So let's jump into them. It's just going to be 5 quick tips. So 5 finance tips for 2025. Number 1, live below your means with housing and car. A lot of times those are the biggest chunks of our income, and those are the places where we need to think the most wisely about. You know, have a car that may have been used, something cheap. Housing doesn't have to be expensive. You can get roommates, you can get something cheaper, rather that's something that might be a little farther away, or if that's something that just is something that's cheaper to save you money. It might be hard at first, but guys, I'm telling you, financially, a car and a house is the biggest purchases you will ever buy. And because they're the biggest purchases you will ever buy, we need to take a lot of consideration into what we can do in those areas to better our finances. Number 2 for financial tips for 2025. Limit eating out to about once a week or maybe even once a month. Now guys, I get it, we're living in a recession. It's not going to be easy to cut down on eating out, like getting something quick, stopping somewhere. It's not going to be easy. But I think with a lot of discipline and a lot of mental encouragement, it'll be really easy to at least limit how much you're eating out, because that can also be the next big chunk of your money that you can think more into consideration on how you can save it. Again, just limit it. Might not be easy, but food is probably number 3 on your list of what's coming out of your paycheck. All right, so my next tip, this is tip number 3 for finance tips for 2025. And that tip is to save your income tax this year. Yes, guys, I don't care how small of an amount. Okay, I don't care if it's $100, $500, $1,000, $5,000. Put that into your savings this year and you will be so happy you did later. These things are good to have in your savings in case of emergency purposes. In case of your car breaking down, in case of an emergency. You never know. You want to have these things handy, so that's why this tip is number 3 on my list. It's a big impact that you might not see immediately, but saving your income tax for 1 year and then another year and then another year, it all adds up. All these things can be a big help in how you can be more financially stable or even increase your wealth in 2025. All right, so my tip number 4 for finance tips for 2025 is to freeze your credit during a financial crisis. Whether you're going to school, buying a house, buying a car, you should consider whatever that might be and save it. For your debt, you want to be smart about how this is going to impact your credit. So if you're in a financial crisis, you have the ability, and this is something new I learned, but you have the ability to freeze your credit. So like I said, if you have a situation where you're in crisis, say you're buying a new car, buying a new house, and your credit is good right now, but you're in a situation where maybe you lost your job, freeze your credit. It's really important to remember these things, because even if like you're graduating school and you're not paying back your student loans immediately, freeze your credit. I wish I would have did that, because I definitely didn't, but these are things that you can learn to better your finances in 2025 and just overall in general. All right, so our last tip, which is tip number 5. I just found out this on the internet, and I don't know where this came from, but God, you guys will take this tip to the grave, okay? You'll take this all the way through life with you. So there is there's debt that we carry, and sometimes this debt will go to collections. So the biggest tip I have for you is to dispute that debt. And you can dispute this debt under a act that I'm going to give you guys. This protection app is the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, aka FDCPA. This act prevents companies from buying your debt from other companies. For example, a hospital bill. It's been a year since they have been asking you, hey, can you pay back this debt? The hospital has inquired you about this debt. You haven't responded, maybe you have responded, whatever the case may be. That debt later goes to collections. The hospital has signed off that debt. The debt is no longer the hospital's. And because of that, companies are able to, collection companies are able to buy this debt from hospitals or other companies. And because of that, they call you asking for this debt back. But according to this act, this debt is illegal for them to buy and illegal for you to, you don't have to pay them back. You can dispute it according to this act. Just give them a call. Hey, I would like to dispute this credit according to the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. If they give you something to work with, you're gonna have to figure that out. But this is just something I learned. I haven't tried it out yet, but I will be, because I've been paying back collections for like 2 years now, and I don't want you guys to go through the same thing. I want you guys to do better. So let that debt from the hospital bill, from wherever, go to collections and use this act to save your coin. So that is my top 5 ways that you can be just a little bit financially better in 2025. Thanks guys so much for watching. Give me a like, comment down below, and I'll be providing more finance tips for you guys soon. Thanks.